So one of the things that I did today was apply some gloss to 4 paintings that are done, and that's kind of messy, and these were more spread out when I did it, but I don't know, I'm going to try to move back a little bit so you can get an idea of the size and everything. So this one is Hope. You guys will remember that one. This is the one with the red hot pokers and the metallic paint. Inflammation is what I call that one. This is Balance. I really like the way it the effect now with the circles and the I just really like that one now a lot better than when it was just I thought it was done before, but now I like it better. And then this is my new one of my new ones. It's tentatively called something like, I don't know, I was thinking either Spring, Through My Window, or I don't know, I hope I make it to another spring. I don't know. It seems like sometimes at the end of winter, winters are hard for me physically, and so it seems like sometimes at the end of winter, during winter, when I have so much problems with my lungs and breathing in the cold air is really hard and hurts so much, I sometimes just long to see the spring colors, the softness, and breathe just a little bit easier. And there's been winters where I've wondered if I'd make it till spring, so that's kind of like the thought behind this one, is kind of that idea of either looking through a window or dreaming of the future and hoping you make it to it. So I don't know what I'm going to call this one yet, but send me your ideas, your title ideas. I do really like the colors and the different I don't know if you can see, if I get the light just right, you might be able to see some of the different texture that that I put on there and the different patterns and stuff. So I don't know, it's hard to tell if this is giving you any real visual of some of this texture and stuff. So anyway, it's got a lot of texture on it. It's super heavy. It's one of the heaviest ones I've ever done. But I really do like the way it turned out. I like all the texture, I like the colors. I had originally thought I might, put a little more white on there or something, but you can see a little bit more texture from this angle. But I really like the way it looks. So I think this one's gonna, that's why I went ahead and glossed it, because it really feels done. So, okay, well, now we're going to go back downstairs and work on putting some paint on a whole new canvas. So I'll be right back as we go downstairs. I'm not going to try to hold the camera on the way down the stairs. That might spell disaster. So goodbye, 4 paintings. Dry. Gloss. See yous later. Okay, so today I'm going to put some paint on this one. Again, I know the light in here is a little funny, but maybe you'll be able to see some of the pattern, the texture on this one. It really, it narrows to the top. It's kind of like, the idea behind it is a path with a lot of obstacles that you just keep going on. So if I go back a little bit, well, that light shining on the canvas is really kind of blocking it, but maybe as I paint it you'll get a better perspective on that one. So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on right now. Today all I'm going to do, since I spent so much time on the glossing upstairs, believe it or not, that takes a very long time to gloss big paintings. So, because I use, a fairly small brush to do that, so that I can get it in all the crevices and everything of the paint. But this one, since today I'm just putting white and black on, I can be super messy, which you guys know I love. So yeah, super messy paint day is always fun for me. Sometimes it's not so much fun for the floor or the walls, but anyway. So it's been a long 2 weeks. What's been happening? Well, I've been trying to find a better balance for my life. Some of the things that I'm doing with art organizations and stuff I'll just call work and things like that. I've been trying to, I don't know, say no a little bit more, say yes to different things. Balance is always a challenge with hidden disabilities, or any disabilities. But holiday season is upon us. Got some, events to go to that are kind of exciting for the different art organizations and not-for-profits that I try to help. Not sure if I'm successful, but I try. My vision for this one is boring in that it's going to, as far as my vision knows right now, it's going to be basically black and white and gray. I really want this one to be fairly stark. I want it to be, oh gosh, I don't want to say hopeless because I don't really believe in that word, but I want it to be representative of that feeling that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, that whether you have disabilities or not, but kind of a feeling that, life can be tough. Life can be really tough, and you just got to keep going. There's some, whether you can verbalize it or not, you have some goal that you're striving toward, and you just keep going. You don't give up. So, I don't know, maybe this one will be called Never Give Up or something like that, but I don't know. I haven't really figured out what this one's called either. Sometimes I know the titles before I paint, and sometimes I don't. And it seems like a few of these more recent ones, not too sure about the titles, but they'll come at some point. So I don't know if you can tell from the video, but my paint is very thick. I want it to almost create its own texture, although towards the top of this painting, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to have to get a stool. Towards the top of this painting, I want it to be smoother, 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 because that's one of the ways you can, I feel like you can kind of indicate distance or perspective, is have more detail towards the bottom, and then as it gets smoother at the top, it has that effect of seeming farther away. Oh boy, I can barely reach that, huh? Well, it is what it is. Okay. I think I just got white paint on the easel. Well, I don't usually like to do that, but okay. Okay. That's a lot of white. And then I'm going to just start randomly streaking in black, and it will create different visuals for the gray. This is really weird. I hardly ever use a brush, but I felt like this one might work with a brush. I'm moaning because my arthritis in my hand is one of the reasons I don't use a brush very often is because it's the grip hurts, and I'm experiencing a little bit of cramping and pain while I'm doing this. So okay. I'm not so worried about the edges because I have a plan for the edges to come. I want to get a little bit more color right here. Well, it's not really color, but oh boy, that is not easy. I'm too short. Okay. Alright, let's see how that is. Okay, I gotta stand back a minute. Okay, so that's almost what I want. Now, I will say that I am choosing to paint, which is painful with the arthritis at the moment, using a brush. But I would like to take a moment to reference all the people who try to work their jobs every day with arthritis, which is not necessarily a disability that allows you to not work, but it is very painful and it makes it difficult to do the simplest thing, like grip a paintbrush. So if you happen to be perfectly healthy and maybe you work with someone who has arthritis, and I have it in my neck, my back, my hands, my big toe. You know, maybe you can let them know that you understand a little better how painful it is and how difficult it is for them to do a job that maybe is very easy for you, and not even a job. I mean, think about holding a toothbrush or a fork, knife, spoon, a cup to drink something, not paint, obviously, but you know, a glass of water. It can be hard. So people don't think about arthritis because it's so common. People don't really think about it as being a serious disability, but it is. And even if, like I said, even if people don't get disability, Social Security disability or something for having arthritis because of their arthritis, it doesn't make what they experience any less real. Their pain, the problems that they might have with the arthritis. So now you're going to say, Alice, what are you doing? You just got through telling us that you want the top to be lighter. Yes, I did, but there's a method to my madness. I can't see my texture. My vision is so bad. But what I want to do is I want to get some dark part on there first, and then I'm going to come back, as I do often with colorful artwork, and put down some white, and then it will pop against that gray background. At least that's my plan. We'll see if it works. That's my goal, I should say, not my plan, because every time I make a plan, it kind of does its own thing. And there's no real shape to this path that I've laid out on the canvas. It's just my imagination. It's just the way I put the texture on. I thought it was cool. I thought it looked cool. So we'll see. Right now I just want to get a little darker color on there. Also very hard to make a straight line. I don't do that very well. And to be honest with you, on this particular painting, I don't think that's really going to matter all that much. I don't think a straight line is particularly important. So we'll see. I'll probably have to come back over this several times with black before I go with the white. But I did want to just get some more darker, what is actually turning out to be kind of a darker gray. I did want to kind of get that in the middle section here. So, as you guys know, I paint in layers. So this layer will not necessarily be the last layer. And we'll see what happens after this. But my vision right now, my idea is to just put down a lot of black, darken this internal section. Kind of hard to do on top of the texture, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know, maybe by doing this you can see how the texture is getting deeper towards the bottom here. More texture, more texture. Yeah, I think once this dries, I'll be able to come back through with even more, a little bit more, I think. I'm not sure if I want my paintbrush to go up or down. I think I kind of like it doing this. I don't know. For now, anyway. I think it's hard to get to the very top. see. I'll have to come back and I'll have to bring a stool next time to get up to the top. I'm so short. Anyway, I've been working on a couple new textured pieces. I've got one that I'm calling fault lines that I hope to have next time. Well, I'll probably still be working on this one next time, but maybe the time after that. That one has a title already, fault lines, you know, so. Be sharing that one with you guys soon. This is weird. I've never used a paintbrush like this before on the texture. I have mixed emotions about it. I just don't know what I think. I gotta say, this paint is drying really fast. I know it probably looks really wet to you, but man, it's so thick. It's just, it's not drying, it's just not moving as much as I thought it would. So, we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna come back through all this. Yep. Alright. Let me stand back a minute. Don't go away. Oh yeah, okay. I kind of like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do when this layer dries, because see, the more I touch it, the more it smears around, and I don't want it to completely smear. I want some of this layer to stay the way it is. So, but that said, when it does dry, I come back with some. See, this is, all of this is now a gray. None of this is really black. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but even the very darkest parts are not black because I used the same brush with the white and the black.